Alright guys, what's up? So, in this video I wanted to discuss my thoughts about Modern Warfare because way while back when last time I made a video or somewhere around that time, I basically mentioned how Call of Duty was like pizza, how the concept itself is actually very simple, but messing one thing up can ruin the entire thing. Now, the good news is that this game still has potential if they do a couple of things that I'm going to suggest in a little bit. And I'm going to keep this as brief as possible. But basically, in terms of the multiplayer, in terms of what they had in mind, they were headed in the right direction. And then all of a sudden, they were about to create a masterpiece. And then all of a sudden, they take a gallon of piss and just throw it all over that beautiful work of art that they were working on before they finished it. It's kind of like that. Basically, the multiplayer has a lot of potential, but the maps absolutely suck. If you are a person that likes to move around, if you're a person that likes to run and gun, or just go from one side of the map to the other or whatnot, you're going to get absolutely shit on. And no matter how good you are, you're going to get absolutely shit on by random campers. There is a certain kind of chaos with these maps because of the lines of sight. People can shoot you from anywhere and everywhere because there's rooms within rooms, there's multiple floors, so there's verticality as well. So for those of you guys that thought the advanced movement was really chaotic, which a lot of you did, and I'm trying to respect everybody's opinion here. But for those of you guys thought that that was chaotic, well, this is the different side of chaos. This is a different flavor of chaos. And in a lot of ways, it's worse. And plus, the sound, you can hear people's footsteps from a mile away, which gets people to slow down as soon as they hear something, because they hear something coming around a corner, they're going to slow down, they're going to sit there. So they're like, hey, why should I move, right? So it's just as much as the game's fault as it is the community's fault. As a matter of fact, I'd probably say it's mostly the game's fault. So if you like Battlefield, if you like Rainbow Six Siege, or if you just like to camp, like if you like a lot of search and destroy, but you just want to get more kills and have infinite respawns, well, Modern Warfare is the game. Now, in terms of potential, when it comes to this game, I will say that the potential is basically in the things that they can come up with, because we also have small maps. We have really big maps that are fucking bigger than Lexington Steel's dick, okay? And then we have smaller maps that are basically like the size of a little bit bigger than Shipment, right? A little bit bigger than that. So with these small maps, they can do a 3v3 team deathmatch, a 3v3 kill confirm. They can do a 5-man free-for-all. You guys see what I'm getting at, okay? It doesn't just have to be limited to one-on-one or two-on-two gunfights, okay? So with that in and of itself, they absolutely have potential. And let's not forget that all DLC maps are going to be free. And that if they bring back a lot of the older maps, I think that's going to make this game a lot better, because those older maps are not nearly as one-sided as these are. And that's what Call of Duty is, okay? I've been playing Call of Duty for 8+ years now religiously, and there are other people out there that are even more experienced than I am and more dedicated to the game than I am, and have gotten a lot further in the game than I ever have. Not just from a gameplay standpoint, how good they are, but in terms of content creation, streaming, you name it. And they're saying a lot of the same things that I'm saying and thinking. As a matter of fact, we're pretty much saying the same thing. And I've retweeted a lot of them. And even when you get guys like Nadeshot, who is saying that the gun play feels really good, which it does, and then all of a sudden, but these maps are horrendous. When Nadeshot himself is saying things like that, and I've retweeted it, so you can scroll in my timeline, you'll see. It says something. It really says a lot. So. But again, if Infinity Ward listens as well as they at least seem to, I guess, to a certain extent or whatnot, if they care that much, then in the future they could really do that with the gunfight maps. They really could. And there's a lot of tweaks and changes that they can make through patches and stuff like that to help make the game better. But seriously speaking, the gameplay is not going to change unless the maps do, and the maps are not going to change. All that can change is they can add additional elements, like I mentioned earlier. They can add additional games to the 2v2 maps. Additional game types is smaller because maps are smaller, but it would be a lot more fast-paced. There'd be a lot of action going on, and they can do that with free-for-all. They can do that with kill confirm. They can even do like a one-flag domination or something like that. Seriously, like where it's right in the middle and you just try to capture as many points, and so uh, and you can have only four people total on the map, two on each team or three, you know. So, and with the post DLC maps, there's just so much potential. So, and a lot of people are really hyped for this game, and a lot of people are slowly sure of being disappointed. You know, I hate to say that I told you so, and some people were judging me, saying that I was negative or I wasn't having a positive attitude or I can't adapt. Or listen, the only way you can adapt in this game is if you become the camper. But the problem with that is that a lot of us don't find that fun. Some of you guys might, but a lot of us don't. And Call of Duty, at its core, is an arcade, Twitch, fast-paced first-person shooter. It's as simple as that. And they've gone just too realistic. And I've said this before, Call of Duty can look realistic, that's great. But in terms of playing, it's supposed to play like an arcade, fast-paced Twitch first-person shooter. Simple as that. That doesn't accommodate to just one play style. You should be able to play any way you want, and granted, to do it correctly, you can succeed. Okay? So whether you're a passive player, a camper, or a rusher, aggressive player, or whatever, granted to do it correctly, there's supposed to be some sort of balance. Okay, Call of Duty's never been perfect at balance, but in terms of the maps and the gameplay element of that fast-paced Twitch arcade first-person shooter, there's got to be some kind of balance. In other words, if a person's going to rush, and if they do it correctly, thanks to the information on the minimap and correct spawn logic, okay, and that can be predicted, and the way the map is designed to where, okay, if I go this way, I'll be safe at least for now if I quickly go from here to there. But with the way these maps are developed, you just can't do that. You just can't play that way. It's no wonder people are playing the way they're playing. Even people that are aggressive players are forced to play that way. And for the ones that continue to play aggressively, they're getting punished greatly for it. So it just seems like in terms of this game, it just really seems like they just don't like people that move. So they just don't want people to move. It's simple as that. They want people to play differently. So, you know, very, very disappointing. To me, personally, the way at its state right now, this is not exactly Call of Duty. It's like a hybrid shooter, but it's not exactly like Call of Duty to me. So, disappointing. And let's just hope next year that Treyarch does something, you know, completely different. Hopefully it'll stay within the formula that we have come to know as time has gone on. So, yeah, those are my two thoughts on this. And I just wanted to make this quick video, a few thoughts, and that's it. So for those of you that are enjoying the game, keep on enjoying it. I hope you're having fun. And for those of you that are not, it sucks. I know but look at it this way. There's always next year. Even if they don't implement some of the changes that I've suggested. Again, I'm not a genius or anything, but if those sound like good ideas, let me know. If this sounds good to you, let me know. And for those of you guys that stuck around for this entire thing, thank you very much. And stay frosty. I'll see you guys later.